Hello, my name is Brittany, and today I'm going to be informing you what bulimia is. Coronavirus is out, and with quarantine in effect, people are at home all day. Bulimia right now has the opportunity to creep up on its victims. I had a loved one who struggled with bulimia for 17 years, and I had no idea until one day my friend casually brought it up in a conversation, and I actually started subconsciously noticing the patterns in my loved one, and I was able to reach out and help her. Most people, they don't know they are bulimic, either because they're unaware of the actual disease, or they just are unaware that they have it. They don't realize it. They could also not seek help because they're ashamed to say, I have this problem. So noticing it in someone can be a lot of help. Today I'm going to go over what bulimia is, the symptoms, how to treat it, and what happens when you don't treat it. How does it affect your body? So we're going to go ahead and start with what bulimia is. That way you have a better idea of what you're dealing with. So bulimia is a two-action disease. You have compulsive eating, and then you're purging. Compulsive eating, you are binge eating and you have an unhealthy relationship with your food. You just abuse it. And then you feel guilty, so you begin to purge, which you might start excessive exercising, going running a lot, trying to get it all back out, or you can be throwing up or abusing laxatives and medications just to get it all out of you. Just purging. The problem with bulimia is that you cannot identify it all the time by their body, because with anorexia they are dangerously skinny, but with obesity they are obese, and with bulimia they can be at an average weight because they're eating a lot and then they're letting it out. The true problem is inside. So in America, 1.5% of women struggle with bulimia and 0.5% are men. But this doesn't just happen to adults. This is as young as 6 years old in this country. More women are at high risk, but the men who are at high risk normally have a career, a job, or play a sport that involves a preference of a lean body. And so a lot of the triggers for bulimia are sociologically, biologically, and psychologically. The signs to bulimia are, you'll notice a lot of unhealthy eating, which is binging or depriving themselves, and then throwing it all up, excessive workouts, and just letting it all out. You'll also notice a lot of irritability because they throw up and now they're hungry again, and now they have to go through the cycle all over again, and they're trying to keep themselves from that. Or they see food and they know what is about to happen. They start expressing guilt because they just ate, so they'll say things like, oh, I just ate a cheeseburger, I'm so fat. But they're not fat, they're full, and they sometimes don't understand that feeling anymore because they just feel guilty about it. And another thing that you'll notice is reoccurrent tonsillitis in someone who throws up a lot. You also notice that they have bad tooth enamel because of the acid that's coming out of their stomach right back up into their mouth again. So how do you treat bulimia once you know it's there? So they do have options. They offer medications to help you mentally grasp the situation. They also can send you to a nutritionist that will better inform you and educate you with eating, and so you'll feel really good about food and understand the process of food and not feel so guilty about it. Another really important treatment is more of coping with it. It's finding a support group or calling a hotline so you don't feel alone, because there's other people that are struggling with it, and you shouldn't feel bad. You should want to help yourself. The other form of treatment is psychotherapy, and there's three different kinds. There's cognitive behavior, which is cognitive thinking, and behavior doing. So they give you a bunch of exercises that revolve around thinking and doing. Thinking and doing. You gotta think before you act. The next psychotherapy would be family treatment. So you will do sort of a intervention, but they don't call it that. You just find ways to speak openly about it so that they feel comfortable to talk about it, and you can hold them accountable for what they're doing, because it really can affect everyone around them. And the last one is interpersonal. So they more or less dig in deep more into the core problem of what's going on mentally that is causing you to feel this way and do this, because sometimes it is a core problem and you're just taking it out on the food. And so that is a very successful one as well. When you do not, when you are unable to treat this, when you fail and you relapse and keep going, there's health consequences. It starts from the first time that you decide to do this, and it's just progressing. And the worst one is the heart problems. You can have heart failure because of all the mineral loss that you don't realize that you're doing. You can lose a lot of electrolytes and get dehydrated or get low blood pressure. Another one is stomach ulcers. Very painful. You're irritating your stomach though when you're throwing up. Also, you will have digestive problems, which is diarrhea, constipation, and then hemorrhoids come after that. The last but not least is the esophagus rupture. That one is very high for the ones throwing up from all the pressure, all the problems you're throwing into your esophagus, throwing back out food. You're harming it, and it can rupture, and you'll notice blood when you throw up, and people die from that. It is a very big problem. 1 out of 5 people who have it will be cured, and 3 out of 5 will be cured with support. Identifying and understanding it will be the root of will help out the problem. If I didn't know what it was and wasn't told the symptoms, I wouldn't have been able to help a loved one. It was hiding right in front of me and I didn't see it. So it's very important to be informed about what bulimia is and how to treat it. Thank you very much.